India and Europe have concluded the mother of all trade deals. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen said on Tuesday as Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the top European leaders held summit talks to elevate the two-way ties to jointly navigate geopolitical turbulence and trade disruption. Prime Minister Narendra Modi hosted von der Leyen and European Council President Antonio Luis Costa at the summit. The long-awaited free trade agreement is expected to significantly expand the overall trajectory of two-way engagement as it will open up new opportunities for cooperation in diverse areas. The FTA is expected to bring a qualitative changes in deepening the overall bilateral ties in a range of sectors. The broad focus of today's meeting is on trade, defense and security, climate change, critical technologies, and strengthening the rules-based global order. The two sides are also set to unveil a defense framework pact and a strategic agenda. The new partnership comes at a time when Europe is seeking to reduce its dependence on the US and China and deepen its diplomatic and economic ties to other regions. European Council President Antonio Luis Santos da Costa shared a light moment when he unexpectedly took out his OCI card and spoke about his Goa roots. India and European Union on Monday stood on the cusp of sealing a long-awaited free trade agreement. The India-EU Free Trade Agreement, which European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen called the mother of all trade deals, has been sealed. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said Tuesday afternoon on signing to India-EU FTA. President of the European Commission Ursula von der Leyen said, Prime Minister Modi, we did it. We delivered the mother of all deals. President of the European Council Antonio Luis Santos da Costa says, we conclude today our trade negotiations. We relaunch at the latest meeting that I had the pleasure of hosting in May 2021 in my previous capacity. Our summit sends a clear message to the world at a time when the global order is being fundamentally reshaped. The European Union and India stand together as strategic and reliable partners. Today we are taking our partnership to the next level. As the two largest democracies in the world, we are working hand in hand to deliver concrete benefits to our citizens and to shape a resilient global order that underpins peace and stability, economic growth and sustainable development. On signing of India-EU Free Trade Agreement, Prime Minister Modi said, today India has concluded the biggest free trade agreement in its history. On 27th January, India signed this FTA with 27 European nations. This will boost investment, form new innovation, partnerships and strengthen supply chains at the global level. This is not just a trade agreement, it is a blueprint for shared prosperity. The EU and India had first launched negotiations for the free trade agreement in 2007 before the talks were suspended in 2013 due to a gap in ambition. The negotiations were relaunched in June 2022. The EU as a bloc is India's largest trading partner in goods for the financial year 2024-25. India's total trade in goods with the EU was worth about $136 billion, with exports around $76 billion and imports around at $60 billion. The two EU leaders graced the 77th Republic Day celebration at the Kartavya Path as chief guest on Monday. EU chiefs and Prime Minister Narendra Modi hope the pact will help shield against challenges from the world's two leading economies, the United States and China. The agreement will cut or eliminate tariffs on almost 97% of European imports, saving up to €4 billion annually in duties the 27 nation bloc said. This deal will bring many opportunities for India's 1.4 billion and many millions of people of the EU, Modi said, adding the agreement represents about 20% of global GDP and one-third of global trade. The EU has eyed India, the world's most populous nation, as an important market for future.